Welcome back, and this is the beginning of episode 28 of my Let's Play for Better Than Wolves. Let me turn that back on, and do that. This is actually just a couple minutes after the end of the last episode, so I decided to just start filming for this. So I've edited all of episode 27, so you've seen all of that. I've finished editing, or mostly finished editing, episode 28. So you'll see all that. So this is before all of that you're about to see right now. But I kind of wanted to come back and do a little introduction, show you around the place a little bit. Actually, I guess I can do my normal chores here. I always weed these, or try to anyways. Hello. There we go. Look for any mobs that are about to murder me. Weed these pumpkins. Then I go feed the chickens. This is my normal daily routine here. Half the time, I screw this up by not grabbing the chicken feed or keeping the chicken feed and putting it in the chest or something like that. I'll grab eggs, but I think I've been traveling the last while, so I just came back, obviously, from that village that I spent basically the entire last video at, or probably half of it or something like that, or a good chunk of it, anyways. And usually I will go check the cows, but half the time I forget to bring the bucket. So there are 2 cows now. I could have shown that in the last video. I think I show bringing back the second cow in this video. So you will see that in a moment. Unless I showed it in the last video. I don't know. I get these videos confused sometimes. You'll see that in a minute. I will show you. You've actually already seen this in the last episode. Where I am right now with this build. You'll see this in a lot more detail coming up. And this is where I'm going to build the next building. And then I'm probably going to build the saw probably right about here. So I still need to dig all this out. And I have uncovered this cave. There was a cave right here that lit up. I actually covered it all up basically. So it's actually kind of cool where I'm actually like terraforming now, where I actually have the tools to terraform this place. I was talking about expanding the cow farm, and I think what I want to do is get this cow farm out to about up in this hill somewhere. So probably, maybe to like here, and out this way maybe. So bring this all out and out to around here somewhere in this vicinity, then expand the chicken farm out over there and have the mob farm. I think my plan is to have it right in here. I'll use the water to push all the mobs into the center, and I'll have a building, or I'll have a whole structure underneath this, hopefully, with an entrance, I don't know, over there maybe, or over there. I don't know. If you're watching this in the future, you can skip a few episodes and just see where I decide to place it, the entrance. I think I'll probably place it over. No, actually, I'll probably place it like right here, because that'll be a chicken farm right there. So I think the cow farm is going to come over here, and I'll have a hallway right here, and that will go underneath here. That will be where my mob farm is. So that's the plan anyways. We'll see how plans change and all that. When I have the shears, I'll do this. I actually do this most of the time. This morning I I don't know, I guess I was thinking about what I was saying as opposed to actually what I was doing. But half the time recently I haven't had shears, so. And like I said, at some point I try to get these, because these are going to be really handy for the mob farm. or actually necessity. So until I have a good number of vines, I'm not going to be able to build the mob farm. I showed off the turntable a little bit last time, but not really in any detail. Let me do that right now. What you can do, actually I need to turn this on. Turn the power on. If you turn this, if you place a clay block on here, it'll kind of form it. That's the crucible. Next is a pot, which I'm going to need probably quite a few of. That's a vase, I think, which I'll probably never make. And that is a soul urn, which I'm going to make a bunch of in the coming days. So there's various things you can make. There's the soul urn, unfired pottery. And you can speed this up. Let me take that off. And you can speed this up and slow it down by adjusting the speed of it. So this is actually pretty useful. So I kind of showed this. This is the whole setup. These are all gearboxes with axles. This goes into another turntable, which rotates at speed number 3 with 2 torches on each side. And that redstone goes into this redstone clutch, turning it on and off. So you can see the axle right there, it goes on and off. And which powers this bellows, or turns it on and off. And that function basically turns this fire into stoked fire, which basically makes the crucible and the stoked cauldron work. The kiln actually isn't working right now because I don't have a hibachi under it. I'll have to get some more blaze rods and get more hibachis. But for now, when I'm desperate, I can just break these and maneuver them around a little bit. So I think I will now do a cut here and let you watch the rest of the video, all the other footage that I didn't show you in the previous episode, all the other shenanigans I got up to. So anyways, I've had this mini ravine right next to my base for the longest time. A couple of times I've kind of gone down to explore a little bit, but I never had, maybe, I don't know, the courage to go too far. So I decided, now that I have torches, to explore it. So you can see, I go a little bit, find some iron there, some coal there, and it ends. So it is just a little mini ravine, which I expected it was. Here I am. If you put 9 iron chunks together, you get a block of iron ore, and you can cook that in a kiln. This is post-creeper explosion, which I think I showed at the end of the last episode. This is me repairing it. Placing back the dirt, putting back the speed correctly, putting the torches back on, and getting this back functioning properly, which obviously is pretty important because I need my crucible and stuff working. So you can see the torches are on opposite sides, and that's me lighting it up, or redstoning it up, I guess. And you can see the bellows actually is working. Lo and behold. I did expand my brown mushroom farm. I still want to make this even bigger, but I did dig this out. I planted a few more spots for brown mushrooms. I think there's 5 spots there. I think I did a 6th as well. I did bring a second cow back from over west yonder, which I've been to a million places. And I'm trying to put this guy in. Broke. Hey, don't kick me. So the first cow escaped for a second, but I got them both corralled, and they're both back into the pen. I did go caving a lot in the last 2 episodes, and I have dug a million places, and there are spider sounds everywhere. There's like abandoned mine shafts everywhere, and there's one of those cave spiders. It just came from nowhere, poisoned me. They're easy to kill, but you can see I lost, 3 hearts from one hit. Imagine if there's a couple of those. Excuse me, skeleton. And I did discover another dungeon, which was being protected by a skeleton. I came back later and rushed in to see if I could light it up, see what it was. Excuse me, spider. Yes, it's a spider spawner. I'm not even sure how useful a spider spawner is, but I'll probably go back and explore it and see what I can get out of it. I did light it up very quickly, and I did open the chest. And there's 2 ancient manuscripts in there that I grabbed. One evening, I dug down into that abandoned mine shaft. This is really the only place that I have seen where I have seen the abandoned mine shaft and there hasn't been spider sounds. Everywhere else, there's spider sounds. So I don't know if it's all cave spiders, but it certainly seems like it. So I decided just to dig a little bit down here. I didn't go that far into this mine shaft because this is just overnight, so I was just digging a little bit and decided to explore this a little bit. I'm going to explore this further. There's a lot of string around, which makes me wonder if there are cave spiders nearby, but I looked around, I poked around a little bit. The main thing I want is to get melons. I mean, I think that's the main thing that I'm going to find use there. And I do go up my stairs like multiple times just to like stay safe. But this is what I'm going to be exploring this further in the coming days. And this is me digging out where I'm placing the cauldron and crucible. So you've already seen this. You've already seen this spot dug out, but this is me actually doing it. This is my old, I think, second base, which actually is along my massive path to the east. It's actually right along the path, really. Me falling down into the little ravine there. That's me further digging out this area where my crucible, and cauldron, and saw and stuff are going to be. And I make another cauldron, if I can remember what the recipe is. There it is. And that is for the stoked cauldron, which, again, you've actually seen. This is me breaking the desert temple that's right by my base. I am in search for sandstone because sandstone does not fall due to gravity. It's one of the very few blocks where you can place and it won't fall. And this is me beginning the building, the actual building. So I sped this up, and obviously you've actually already seen this from a couple different angles, but this is me actually doing it. And probably the very next episode, I will be spending a lot of time actually finishing this off. And this is me placing the cauldron, which is going to be the stoked cauldron. Me replacing the kiln, which, again, doesn't actually work anymore. I'm going to have to get more hibachis. And this is me placing leather into the stoked cauldron. Now, the beauty of putting leather, or those leather boots, which I got from fishing, is you can get glue from them. And with the glue, you'll see what I make. Actually, you've already seen what I've made out of this. But melting down leather boots and melting down leather, as I said, gives you glue. And with glue, you can make the components for the water wheel. And you've already seen the water wheel. As I was making the path to the east, this is one day that I'm, staying inside, and a creeper decided to come by and say hello, and it blew up my entrance. Now, this is a method I actually used to use. This is how you kill cows. This is probably the easiest way to kill cows. As long as you have something to, lure them in, like with shears. Once you get shears, you can lure them in with grass. All you got to do is throw them into the hole. Go into the hole, cow. And put the other one in the hole. Cow, get in the hole. Cow. Excuse me, cow. What are you doing, cow? In the hole. There you go. Then you suffocate them. And they die. It's actually the most effective way, I think, to kill cows. And you just dig down and collect their drops. I didn't get any leather that time. I was getting leather for glue. So this is me with a different setup, easier setup to push them into the hole. Die, cow. Die. And I got a piece of leather. So that's how I get leather and beef, which is a nice, easy method. So this is me along my path going east, which I've discussed multiple times. This I spent probably hours and hours and hours actually doing. I will inflict only a small, a small period of time. You actually watching me actually build this path. Actually, you probably haven't even seen this path because I didn't come back this way in the previous episode. So a lot of it is just placing blocks in water, digging around trees, and digging up and down hills. So it was actually kind of fun to do, but it's not the most exciting thing to show on a video. But so this is, again, along the path, and this is actually a couple of days before I died to that spider jockey. I came out of here thinking, okay, it's morning. So I go up this path. There's 3 or 4 skeletons with a spider and a creeper. So I kind of rush back down. See the skeleton. Then there's another creeper. I get my shears out. The skeleton comes down. I'm trying to kill the skeleton. The creeper blows up. Another skeleton. I lose half my health. Yeah, that's my life for you. And continuing on my path, I gotta. I'm not sure if that's a squid with a zombie or a zombie with a squid, but yeah, that zombie wasn't having a good day. And this is me continuing in the path, but the squid decides to say hello. Or the zombie. I'm not sure if that's a zombie squid or a squid zombie. But I'm like panicking here because he keeps on pulling me into the water. I don't think he can grab me because he's already grabbed the zombie. But, there's other squid that can grab me. And this is right before my death. I won't replay the death because you've already seen it, but this is the right before I die. So after a couple of hardcore spawns, I find out where I am. I'm to the north of my desert village base. It's in the morning. I'm not very far from that desert village base, so I'm about to survive here. It's the morning. I come out. There's a spider, knocks me into my fire, which is really stupid. So I kill the spider. I see water. I go towards it, trying to extinguish myself. And there's a skeleton there. And with his dying breath, he kills me. He literally dies right after he kills me. I did get back though. And that is me making the wood blades for the water wheel. So with glue and wood, you can make those wood blades, and with those wood blades in that configuration, you can make the water wheel, which you'll see me put into place probably next episode, or maybe in 2 episodes. And this is me going out to do something, and a squid grabs me. I think this is the first time I've seen a squid in that water. I killed it, of course, but I think that is. I don't think I've ever seen a squid in that water. So I have built a path all the way to the east to that desert village. And this is basically where I started episode 27. Actually, I went back to get a chest, and then I came back here. But here I'm looking to figure out where I'm going to build my little hut that I lived in for most of the last episode. So I'm looking for a spot. I'm hanging out in my little hut, cooking some food up. And this is pretty much right before I go back to that hole to get the chest. Then I come back here and started episode 27. So I've pretty much come full circle. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Thank you. Goodbye.